Almost there. Oh, hi. Well, I'm here trying to hang up this beautiful artwork of the mighty giraffe. Now, I know a lot of us may wish that we had the height of a giraffe. It might make hanging this picture a whole lot easier. But what if there was a giraffe that thought they were too tall? Well, let's check out the book for today, The Too Tall Giraffe, and see what author Christine Maier has in store for us about this too tall giraffe. Come on, let's go.
Where do you go when you want to go higher? See places and things, and it never expires. A book can take you anywhere. Turn the pages and you'll be there. Come on, join us, you'll see. We're reading with Carylee.
Hi, friends, and thanks for joining me for another Read with Carylee, where we have authors from all around the world come and read their fabulous stories to you. I am so glad that you are here to join us for another episode. But first, remember to hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for a notification for another episode that may be coming to you soon. So today we have the author of The Too Tall Giraffe, Miss Christine Maier. Hello, Miss Christine. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Carylee. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited about you being here. And could you let us know where you are reading to us from?
I am coming from Long Island, New York.
Oh, yes. I am, as many know, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. So it's so great to have another New Yorker come and join us today. So I am so intrigued about The Too Tall Giraffe. And I would just love if you would just get right into the story. So go ahead and take it away.
Thank you. I will. All right. Savannah eagerly packed her bag for her first day of school in her new neighborhood in Kenya. She was so excited and couldn't remember where she put the acacia leaves she'd gathered. Are those the leaves on your mat? Her mother asked. Savannah whistled goodbye to her brother, Forrest, and paced to school with her mom and dad. When Savannah reached the classroom, she smiled down at her new classmates, Henry, Dawn, and Addison. They didn't smile back. Instead, they whispered about her. Did you see how tall she is? Giraffe calves aren't that tall. Do you think Mrs. Branch is tricking us? After school, Savannah told her brother about her day. She confessed to him how the other calves said she was too tall to be in their class. Forrest, stay small like the giraffes in this neighborhood. How do I do that? He asked. Savannah's mom wanted to cheer her up, so she asked for help hanging pictures in their new living room. Savannah suggested they hang the photos low so Forrest could see them too. Good idea. Giraffes come in different sizes. It helps us share the leaves, her mom said. Savannah tried to play with her classmates, but they weren't being very nice. She liked pretending she was a different animal when she played her favorite game, sticks. You're too tall to play sticks. I don't want to play with Too Tall Giraffe. Too Tall Giraffe, they teased. During recess, Savannah asked a quiet giraffe to play, but he wouldn't play either. Maybe I can help you with your homework instead. You're too tall to see my nose. At home, Savannah tried to play with her brother. She told him to climb on her back and she would give him a ride around the yard. You're too tall. I can't climb up. Mom brought a stool to help Forrest climb onto Savannah's back. She once again felt sad. She was too tall and didn't want to play anymore. I'm tired. Better go do my homework. Can we play later? Forrest asked. The next morning, Savannah was not in the mood to learn about the school's most important topic, lions. She didn't even want to answer when Mrs. Branch asked the class which animal is the most dangerous to giraffes. Hyenas? One asked. Leopards? Lions, Savannah answered. Mrs. Branch happily hummed at Savannah's correct answer. Savannah was happy until the other calves accused her of cheating. She can probably see the answers with her long neck. The next morning, Savannah was very sad about how the other giraffes treated her. She didn't want to go to school anymore and told her mom she didn't feel well. You don't have a temperature. Savannah pretended to be sick until her mom took her to see Dr. Leaf. He couldn't find anything wrong and asked her to snort for him. She wasn't excited when Dr. Leaf told her she had the strongest snort he'd ever heard. You'll be a great lookout protecting your friends, he told her. What friends? Mrs. Branch whistled when Savannah joined the class. She offered to review the missed lesson about lions after school. Her throat was probably sore because it's so long, one classmate said. I still don't believe she's a calf, another said. One day while walking to school, Savannah observed something lurking in the grass. She asked the other giraffes if they had seen it, but they weren't tall enough to see over the fence. Before lunch, Mrs. Branch announced there were lions in the area, and they would need to eat in a different yard. She also canceled recess, which angered the class. I didn't see any lions. No recess. I was going to be a rhino when we played sticks. At lunch, Savannah rushed to the greenest, tastiest looking leaves and began eating. After a few bites, she noticed the other giraffes couldn't reach the leaves on the trees. I'm hungry, one said. Stick your tongue out more, another encouraged. I'm doing the best I can. After watching the others for a few minutes, Savannah knew what she had to do. Even though the giraffes had been mean to her, she dropped some leaves for them to eat. Thanks. Thank you. A noise from outside the yard interrupted the eating giraffes. Savannah looked over the fence and saw the scariest lion ever. Even though she was scared, Savannah remembered Mrs. Branch's lesson about lions. She let out the loudest snort she could muster to alert the other giraffes of the danger. When they saw how scared she was, they galloped away. Savannah galloped home as fast as she could, worried she hadn't snorted right. Savannah told her mom what happened at school and how worried she was that one of the calves got hurt. We'll find out tomorrow when they come to your birthday party, her mom said. None of them will come anyway, Savannah answered. The next day, Savannah turned 4. She prepared to spend the day with her family, worried about her classmates. But one by one, the calves from her class showed up at her house for the party. Thanks for saving us from the lions yesterday. We're lucky you're so tall and could see the lions. Happy birthday, Savannah.
With Carylee.
Wow, those classmates were very lucky that they had Savannah to be able to warn them about those lions. And I know, this reminds me of my first book that I wrote which is Everyone Just Like Me. And it was about, this young boy that he thought he was going to be teased about being different. And, being different, I'm like, I tell, all the kids that I meet, being different and special and unique is a great thing. We shouldn't all want to be alike. And just like with this Too Tall Giraffe, she had her strengths and that was able to help save her class. So I'm so glad that you wrote this.
Thanks, Carylee. I know the world would be so boring if we were all the same.
Yes, absolutely. So what was your inspiration behind writing this book?
Well, I wrote this book originally when I was in high school for a class.
Oh, wow.
And I had to illustrate it too. And I'm not the greatest drawer or illustrator.
Yeah.
And I left it at school. And for years, I always sort of remembered it. And I started writing a few years back. And this book always sort of popped into my brain as a project I would do. And finally, one day I said, it's time, I'm doing it.
Wow. Yeah, so the inspiration from high school, that is amazing. It is so great that you remembered it all these years to be able to come back and rewrite it. And then, I see that you've gotten another illustrator to be able to illustrate it for you.
Somebody who does better than my little stick figures.
Yes. So what was the experience like, revisiting this book from your past?
Because I'd written it back in high school, I had to really think about what was going on in my life. And that was the time period I still am learning disabled and had trouble with reading comprehension. But in high school, I started reading and I found a passion for it. And I don't want to say I totally overcame it, but I can read now. I read lots of books. I love to read. And I feel like this is a representation of that we all have something that we feel like makes us different. Yes. And actually becomes our superpower, as I call it in the book.
Oh, and,
yeah. So, and I feel like even now I can appreciate that even more as an adult.
Yeah, I love that sentiment as, our differences, are our superpowers. That's amazing. So what kind of books inspired you when you were younger? You say, you found the love of reading and you were reading everything. What books inspired you?
I remember my father reading to me as a little girl, and I would use a comb and do funny things with his hair called combing it. But usually it ended up sticking up, as kids are wont to do. But one of those books I really remember was Clifford, the Big Red Dog.
Oh.
And I hadn't thought about it until recently, sort of the irony that I wrote about a Too Tall Giraffe, and here's a book about a big red dog.
Yes.
And so how similar those are.
Yes, and Clifford is actually in theaters now, and my son would love to see it. So yes, I'm like, that's so amazing that that book gave you the inspiration, because we have this big puppy and now this Too Tall Giraffe, and they all have their strengths in making things better for the people around them.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I'm so glad that you wrote this, and I'm so glad that you were able to come on the show and to read this to us. So do you have any more books in store, or any more books that you're working on right now?
I do. I have a novel that I wrote that's really more for adults, but it's called Blue Sky Morning, and I'm working on another novel. And I have a whole bunch of ideas for some children's books that may even bring back Savannah and her friends.
Oh, that will be amazing. So we will definitely look forward to hearing more about Savannah and her friends. and just exploring our differences and, not just our differences, our superpowers.
Yes.
Yes, I feel terrific knowing that my differences are not just differences, they are superpowers that make us so special. So thank you so much, Miss Christine Maier, for joining us for another Read with Carylee and sharing the Too Tall Giraffe with us.
Thanks, Carylee.
Yes, absolutely. And friends, thank you again for joining us for another Read with Carylee. Make sure you stay tuned and check us out next time as we have another author. So remember to always grab a book and read, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching another amazing episode of the Read with Carylee Show. We have amazing authors coming by every week. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. You don't want to miss a thing.